Hello everyone, happy to see you here. Welcome back to my channel Higher Mathematics. Today we have very interesting equation n square minus n cube equal to 12. We need to solve this equation for n, so if you have your answer, your assumption, you can write it in the comments below and then we will check our answer, so it will be really interesting to exchange information in the end of the video. Okay, so first of all, let's subtract 12 from both sides. As a result, we have on the left side n square minus n cube minus 12 and equal to 0. Right now, this 12, let's write as 8 plus 4. Okay, so we have 12. Let's write this 12 as 8 plus 4. A lot of students might be asking why we choose this option, why 8 plus 4, not like 6 plus 6, and in a few seconds you will understand. Okay, so let's do it right now. So we have n square minus n cube minus, instead of this 12, we write this one, 8 plus 4. So we have 8 plus 4. Equal to 0. Right now, let's open our parentheses. So let's do it. So we have n square minus n cube minus 8 and minus 4 equal to 0. And right now, let's see like from another perspective. We have n square, we have n cube. In our case, we have two constants, but we have a great constant because 8 can be written as 2 cube. This 4 can be written as 2 square. And right now let's change this 8 by 2 cube, this 4 by 2 square, and then we can group something because we have squares, we have cubes, so let's go in that way. So we have n square minus n cube minus 8 equal to 2 cube. So we have, instead of 8 we're going to write 2 cube minus, instead of this 4 we're going to write 2 square. So we can write it as 2 square equal to 0. Right now, let's group our squares and let's group our cubes. So we have n square right here and we have 2 square right here. We have n cube and we have 2 cubes. So let's group it. First of all, let's group our squares. So n cube, n square, and 2 square. So let's start on the left side. So we have n square minus 2 square. Okay, minus 2 square. Right here we have minus n cube plus 2 cube. Minus n cube plus 2 cube. And right now let's see it from a different angle. What do we have right here in the first parenthesis? We have a difference of 2 squares. What do we have in the second parenthesis? We have a sum of 2 cubes. So this is our classic algebra formulas. So let's do it right now. First of all, let's remember difference of 2 squares. This is all known formula. Everyone knows, everyone learned this formula. We have x squared minus y squared. This is our difference of 2 squares, and when we want to apply formula, we need to write it as x plus y, or x minus y, doesn't matter, times x minus y. So this is our first formula. Second formula, we have a sum of 2 cubes, a little different formula. So when we have x cube plus y cube, we can write it as x plus y, so according to a formula, x plus y, and times x squared minus xy and plus y squared. So these two formulas help us to solve this equation, difference of squares, sum of 2 cubes. So right now in the new line, let's apply it. First of all, in this case, we're going to have like n plus 2, n minus 2, according to this formula. So we have n plus 2, so we have n plus 2 times n minus 2, And this second case, we have minus, we have minus, and we have, according to this part, we have n plus 2, we have n plus 2, and in another parenthesis we have n square minus 2n and plus 2 square equal to 4, so plus 4. And right now let's see it, so of course equal to 0, and right now let's see it like from a different angle. We have 4 parentheses, we have subtraction, we have right here multiplication, so according to a basic algebra knowledge, we can easily factor our n plus 2. We have n plus 2 right here, and we have n plus 2 right here, so we can easily factor it. We have something, we have a common expression on both sides. So we have n plus 2 right here, and in another parenthesis, in another part, so in another parenthesis, we have from here, we have only n minus 2, and right here we have minus n squared minus 2n plus 4. Okay, so we have minus, in another parenthesis, we have n squared minus 2n and plus 4 equal to 0. Let's simplify it. Okay, we factor it, but we can easily simplify our second parenthesis. So we have n plus 2, and in another parenthesis, what do we get? From here we have only n minus 2. Right here we need to change all the signs to the opposite one, so minus n squared plus 2n minus n squared plus 2n and minus 4 equal to 0. Okay, let's simplify it. So we have n plus 2. And of course, at this part, we can simplify it. So first of all, we can write minus n squared on the first position. So we have minus n squared on the first position. Then I think what we get, n plus 2n plus 3n, so plus 3n, and minus 2 minus 4 equal to minus 6. And you know, a lot of students confused because of this minus right here. And I suggest you, if you're a student, I suggest you to multiply both sides by minus 1, because it helps you to get a really great expression, because this is a quadratic equation and a lot of students prefer a classic version like ax squared plus bx and plus c. So a classic version without a sign right here at this part, without a negative sign. So that's why we multiply by minus 1, both sides right here, yeah? And we can get from here, we can get n plus 2 without any changes. And this part, we can get n squared minus 3n and plus 6. At this part, you can easily be proud of yourselves that you factor this question. So we have a product of two parentheses, and at this point, without any problems, you can split this solution by two parts, because a product of two parentheses equal to 0 when the first parenthesis is equal to 0, so n plus 2 equal to 0, yeah, n plus 2 equal to 0, or the second parenthesis equal to 0, or this parenthesis, so n squared minus 3n and plus 6 equal to 0. Without any problems, we can easily solve our first equation, n plus 2 equal to 0. So we have n first equal to minus 2. Yeah, this is our first real number root. I'm going to underline it. So this is our first real number root. And let's solve the second quadratic equation, n squared minus 3n and plus 6. This is up to you. How do you prefer solving this question? I prefer solving this question with the basic method of coefficients. So a equal to 1, b equal to minus 3, and c equal to 6. So first of all, I prefer finding a discriminant real quick. So b squared minus 4ac. From here, what can we get? B squared, so minus 3 squared minus 4 times a times 1 times c times 6. So we have minus 3 squared, we have 9 minus 24 equal to minus 15. So our discriminant is negative, is less than 0. So it means that in this branch, in this part, we will have complex root. In my case, we will have, like, I guess we have two complex roots. So let's find it. Let's find our complex root. So these are n second and third equal to minus b plus minus square root of discriminant and all over to a. So we have minus b minus 3 plus minus square root of discriminant. So square root of discriminant, square root of minus 15, and all over we divide all of the thing by 2 times 1. Okay, equal to minus 3 equal to 3, so we have 3, plus minus, right here at this part, I suggest you to split it by square root of minus 1, like that, times square root of 15, okay? Because in terms of real numbers, there is no way we can easily simplify square root of minus 15. We can't get in terms of, if you're studying at school, for example, when you have square root of minus 15, and in 99% of cases, you can easily say this is not like a real number root, and you end your solution at this point. Okay, and this is a correct way, because at schools, like students, basically they don't need a complex root. In most percentage of cases, they don't need this complex root, so they write something like that. But in our case, I just want to show you how can you solve this question correctly. So right here, we need to split it, and as a result, we can write it as 3 plus minus square root of minus 1 equal to I square root of 15, yeah, all over 2. So square root of minus 1, this is our imaginary unit. That's why negative value right here, we can't write it in terms of real numbers. So this is a complex. This is a complex value, because this expression should be positive or equal to 0, equal or greater than 0. Okay, let's go right here. So we can easily split it by real parts and imaginary parts. We can write it as 3/2 plus minus I square root of 15. I square root of 15 over 2. So this is up to you. This is our real part. This is our imaginary part, and we can write our final answer. This is our real number root. We're gonna check it this root in a few seconds, and this is our two complex roots. So let's write our final answer to this question. Let's write it, for example, right here. I have more space right here. Okay, so our answer. So n first equal to minus 2. and second equal to, let's go with the plus sign, so 3/2 plus I square root of 15 over 2, and third equal to 3/2 minus I square root of 15 over 2. So these two roots are complex root. This one is real number root. And right now let's check this root real quick. So we have our question, so n square minus n cube equal to 12. Let's check real quick our n first equal to minus 2. So we have minus 2 square minus 2 cube equal to 12. And I think everything is great because right here we have 4 minus 8. We have plus 8, yeah? Plus 8 because we have an odd power, so it means that we still have minus, yeah? And equal to 12. Everything is great. So our root is absolutely correct, and this is our answer to this question. So 3 roots. And a few hints to this question, because a lot of students might be thinking maybe we have like more roots right here, and here's my few tips. Okay, there's like a really great theorem in terms of algebra. It calls like fundamental theorem of algebra. It tells you how many roots we can get in the end of like solving this equation. For example, we have our equation, and we need to scan what is the highest power. We have 2, we have 3. The highest power is 3, so it means that according to a fundamental theorem of algebra, we will have 3 roots in total. We don't know how many real number roots, how many complex roots. It depends on like what equation you're solving, okay? But in general, we have 3 at the highest power, so it means that we have 3 roots in total, and we can get it. Yeah, we have one and first and second and n and third. Okay, for example, we have like I don't know, like n to the power 5 minus n to the power 3 equal to 2. Without any solving, without a solution, you can easily say that we have how many roots? Of course 5, because 5 is the highest power, so you have 5 roots in total. And you don't know about combinations. You can get like 2 real number roots, 3 complex, 3 real, 2 complex, and you know a lot of these combinations. This is like a quick proof if you're not confident in your exam. For example, you solve this question and you say, okay, I have 3 roots, and maybe I have more roots, but basically you have the third, you have a cubic equation, but cubic equation has 3 roots in total. Okay, so we really hope this information is really useful for you, because a lot of students don't know how can we guess how many roots do we have in our question, you know, and I really hope you understand it. First of all, you need to scan what is the highest power. For example, you sit in your exam, you have this paper n square and n cube, okay, and in 3 seconds you can easily guess it, okay? N cube the highest power, so it means, okay, 3 roots in total, everything is great. If I get like 4th roots somehow from different directions, so it means something went wrong, okay? And you know, it's really great. 3 the highest power is the third one, cubic equation, okay, that in the end I solved this question. Real number root is great, 3 roots in total, 2 complex, everything is great. So I really hope you get it. I really hope you understand this tip, I would say, because you know it's really useful tip. Because for example, when you have n4s right here on the bottom, something went wrong. You need to review a little bit this question, or you need to review a little bit basic math, basic algebra theorems, fundamental theorems, because this is extremely important part nowadays. Okay, so this is my solution to this question. I really hope you understand it. I really hope you learn something new. Definitely don't feel bad if you got this wrong. Write your notes, write your thoughts in the comments below. Let's discuss a little bit about this type of question, right? Because a lot of people see different question from a different direction, yeah, and when we discuss a little bit, when we exchange information, maybe we learn something new, maybe we share different information with the different people all over the world, because it depends on what country you live in. For example, in Europe, in America, in Canada, people solve this question in different direction, maybe not so significant, but you know, some things happened, yeah. So thank you for your time, have a great day, see you in the next videos, and take care of yourself.